Good evening, all you wonderful people. I am extraordinarily tired today, so we'll see how I handle that. But for the time being, let's play some Monster Train. We're still making solid progress. We still got a lot of crowns to go. It is what it is. Yeah. Anyways, let's see where we pick up today. It's probably going to be more runs with Queen or Wilden 10. So we're going to get some extraordinary jank tonight. Hopefully, you will see what your heart desires, Fury. I just have not slept, like, at all today. And it is finally, truly taking an effect on me. Okay, so we have several more Queen to go. Which I think is probably where we start. Yep, still got a bunch of Wilden 10. And then a little bit of Rector and all that. I think maybe we do Rector to start, actually. And obviously I Fate as well. But I think we'll do Rector Awoken is where we're going to start. We're going to start with Root Seeds, because why not? It's been a while since we've seen Pyro Savagery. Yeah, I mean, Pyro Savagery with Awoken is not bad. Like, we just have to hit one of the sweep units, and that is a good chunk of the way to a victory already. But we'll see what we can do. Yeah, fair enough. Amidst of Speed, definitely not my favorite unit right here. I think we probably want Flicker's Liquor. Yeah, I'll take that. So I could take Dark Calling, which basically already brings the tombs online, which is probably the best option here. Or I go Accumulator and do, I don't know, something. I think we probably should go Dark Calling. It's not really what I want to do, but it is just a solid option, so that's what we're doing, I guess. And we'll see how well we can mitigate things. We are going to take some damage because I have very little ability to stop myself from taking pyro damage. I would basically have to just get multiple dregs on turn 1. Without playing out the Animus of Speed, so whatever. We'll just accept that we're taking a little bit of damage. That's fine. Yeah, it's like I would have drawn as needed, but we didn't know. We didn't know. We just didn't know at the time. Well, regardless, that's fine. We take some damage. Rector does get a bit low. And I didn't leave myself room for a Molten Encasement here. And I can't get the Collector, and there's nothing I can do about that. Again, that's sort of one of those frustrating things about this clan combo. Is I have just no backline access, and little I can do to change my fate. Harvest Director really is power creeped out of the Monster Train 2 meta. The uselessness is real. I don't fully agree with that. I think, again, because of how deployment phase works and with the capacity upgrade giving 2 capacity instead of 1, among other things, I generally think Harvest Rector is better here than it is in Monster Train 1 with the DLC. Because, like, in Monster Train 1, it just doesn't end up doing really anything meaningful for you. Would love to use the Molten Encasement. Unfortunately, don't have capacity for that. So, we just get to sit here and cry a little bit. The good news is we at least get this one back. Yeah, we'll just power up there, I guess. But yeah, it just... Unfortunately, we don't get the Molten Encasement back. We do get this one back, though, which is all we need. Okay. That's everything our heart desired and more. Also, already forgot that I had Pyre of Savagery. You can tell I'm a little out of it already. I mean, I like the Whiplash. Maybe enough to take it here. Yeah, I think that's basically what we're looking at. The Entombed Explosive is kind of cute. Okay, we'll take Whiplash. I really don't want to take Wildwood Sap, but maybe. I think we're just going to skip. Maybe I want the Glimmer, but we're going to skip and just hope that we get like a sweep unit and do all the things we care about. So we're going here. That is not the full spread of what I wanted. Endless is sort of okay. Alright, Shattered Shell it is. So, like, I could do Endless here, which is nice because it bypasses the need for Reform and all that jazz. But I think we're re-rolling with the possibility of hitting Multi-Strike. Yeah. And I still have enough for HP. Also would have been happy to do the Burnout. Don't have enough gold for the Burnout though, so this is what we got. Again, it's a little silly in that it just feels a little cheesy to do just a sweep unit with Pyre of Savagery. But on the other hand, like, it is everything our heart desires. We're gonna try setting up like this. Okay, yeah, Molten Encasement is what we want. Okay. And yes, I am just using these to use Flicker's Liquor so I can play out everything in my hand. Sweeperoni's so cheesy. I mean, yeah, is what it is. Shattered Shell is so awesome in Monster Train 2. It's good. It's not... Like, it's still good for largely the same reasons as Monster Train 1. The +3 attack on Slay isn't that meaningful. I think we want to do it this way. And we're definitely not playing with the Whiplash. There we go. I just wanted to get rid of the Calcified Ember. Unfortunately, it was the last card we hit there. Which was unhelpful, but fine. There we go. And thus, our legacy continues. Alright, I will take... I mean, I could just take another Fatal Melting, but I'll take the Whiplash, I guess. And skip that. Yeah, I mean, let's just see if we can get some equipment we like. Overgrowth carapace is not bad, kind of. Don't think it's what I want, though. Yeah, well, guess we're taking Void Armament. And yes, I did that in the wrong order. Luckily, does not matter. Well. It would be kind of nice to box up the multi-encasements. We're not going to do that, though. We are going to box up some measly, pathetic stewards and all that jazz. And then we'll get rid of them later. Anyways, yeah, we're going all in on just, you know, sweeping our enemies into oblivion. As many a well-meaning folk as enjoyed before. Yeah, it's Rage Archeon, which is fine. The big thing is I need to draw the multi-encasement. Which is good. Well, so be it. Unfortunately, I have no way to kill this myself. Although, as I say that, that's not entirely true. I can just use the Whiplash, and then it will naturally die soon. I guess we'll just keep building up that big, beautiful Jack-in-the-Box. And like, I could be using the Whiplash on the Shattered Shell, but I'm afraid of doing that. And also, I think it's not necessary. But mostly, it just scares me that we'll run out of burnout and then die, and everything will be bad. And I don't want to live in that world. It would help if I were playing out all the dregs, but I was trying to avoid that to keep my reform pool small for Rector's sake. Because turns out, that is helpful. Okay, already got a little bit of stealth, now we have a bit more stealth. And we do a lot of damage, because we do, you know, 300 some per round, and we're also stealth. It's all going to plan. Wildwood Tome is cute, but it's not really what we need. We'll take the Awoken Rail Spike and try to use it to draw into our sweep unit on turn 1. I think we just want the draw. We'll just take the Ember just for safety. Like, I don't think we super need it with Flicker's Liquor. The gold is nice. I'm gonna go here though, because I don't need the Merchant of Steel. Could maybe get like a Bloodthirsty Blade off of the Forge. And it's unlikely this does anything for me, but we'll take it anyways. Maybe we'll see Emblem of Exiles finally. We didn't. Could take Combustible Wax. I just had to close the window because it was raining. It is indeed. Doing the rain. We're not swapping to Dante. It would be good, but we're already good. I guess I'll take Accumulator. I don't think I care about Combustible Wax here. And I am very curious what I'd get on the reroll, but I don't have the gold for it, so we're not going to. Could have played that better. Oh well. Okay, this is exactly what we wanted. Where we now can play you out. Well, you're still gonna get the corruption, I guess, but that's fine. Rector is getting a bunch of extra HP off of the harvest, which is, you know, what we want from him. I just didn't want the corruption to go on the Shattered Shell, because I don't have good ways to accommodate that. Well, I guess we'll extend your burnout. It doesn't really matter. And then poor Rector is just swimming in problems. But as long as we are stacking a bunch of stealth, I'm not too worried about it. Also, I know I took the Wicklash and then have not been using the Wicklashes at all. And that's a shame, but so be it, I guess. Okay. Unsurprisingly, Rector dies, but the show lives on in his stead. Unfortunately, he does steal one of the kills on a minion. But sacrifices must be made and all that. Yeah. Mortal Entrapment and Resin Removal are both good. Crushing Demise also, in general, is quite a useful card. Harvest Pivot, pretty unusual. You made it with Rector. Not really. I only am using his ability to get the multi-casements back in, consistently. Improving the Dark Calling aspect basically just gives them more HP when they come back. That does not matter to me in the slightest. And so pivoting to Harvest just gives him more utility and gives us a backup in case we are not stacking enough stealth for whatever reason. Or we need more HP to absorb Corruption. So, works plenty good to me. Mortal Entrapment is mostly just for dazing Savagery / Seraph. And I guess I'll take it, even though I don't really want to. Fine, I'll take Edge Prior to master it. I guess we're going here. I don't know. I will take this as a bit of safety. I'm gonna not bother with Versal Ember Staff. Am I? Maybe I do? I'm just curious what we'd see on the reroll though, so we're gonna do that. Yeah, I will take Wax or Snuffer for sure. Definitely the better pickup here. Do I care about Tuning Fork? I think the answer is solid maybe. You know what? I'll take it. It does nothing with the dregs, but it is useful with the root seeds, so fine. I guess I'll just dupe one of these to see it more often. So this is why we took Jackstrips, because I would like to still be on bottom floor for the most part. But this allows me to take the trial with impunity. On the note, maybe I do want to be on a higher floor. Although Rector will end up with a lot of corruption. Let's try it nonetheless. Okay, well, here we are. Yeah. And then I just continue having a bunch of garbage in the dregs. Well, see what happens. Rector does get a lot of corruption, which does concern me. But, especially with the double extinguish triggers, you know, we are building up a bunch of stealth real quick. No, the goddamn collectors. Why do they never cooperate with me? Oops. Well, we'll put you out so you actually die here. So much of my deck is chaff. I mean, really, all we're caring about in this deck is essentially just the natural scaling on the Shattered Shell via the Pyre of Savagery. I did 100% play this in the wrong order. Doesn't really matter, though. Still kind of want to play out the Wicklashes. Still mostly afraid to do so. Yeah, we should be okay. Rector just needs to last a little longer. Although, unfortunately, we now don't have capacity for another beast. Doesn't matter. We're just going to sit here and farm kills on our sweep dude as he chews through 20 reanimate. For delicious, delicious permascaling. What's he even at now? 82. Not bad. Yeah, I'm pretty okay with taking the Engulfed in Smoke. It would be nice to have more cards in my deck that actually do something. Maybe going here? Maybe going here? Should probably invest some of my gold into removing garbage cards from my deck, but, you know. Alright, we're going here. Don't really need the dagger. Kind of cute, mostly unnecessary. I was hoping for an event upgrade that we could jam onto our beautiful, beautiful Shattered Shell. Nope. Doesn't matter. Nope. Technically kind of cute. Honestly, wouldn't have been the worst thing for me to take, but mostly just doesn't matter. Yeah, that's not happening. So I think we're gonna make this deployable. By that I mean we're doing it, and we're gonna live that life. It's expensive, yes. But I don't really care about most of my deployable units. All I really care about is utilizing our beautiful, wonderful, truly joyous creature. Also, I still play out most of what I care about anyways. Alright, so that goes there. And thus it begins. Okay, and we want to give stealth before we play out the Molten Encasement because, well, we want the Molten Encasement to be attackable. Whereas we want the Shattered Shell to be defended, if you will. Already kind of forgot that we have Vola's Tuning Fork now. And it just, you know, makes all of the Root Seeds cost 0 all the time forever. Which is nice. Okay, so you going back because you have enough burnout to just die this turn. Whereas the other one needs to be in front so it can get attacked by the enemy. So we can just keep building up stealth. Oh, wrong ordering, but who cares? More Molten Encasements. Alright, yet more delicious, wonderful stealth just falls right into our pocket. And here we are just doing our thing. Again, our deck is very straightforward. I do kind of think... So, like, Pirate Savagery is really hit or miss, because half the time it does nothing for you, but then also any clan that has a sweep unit can just basically do this, which is pretty silly. Sultan Days is straight up bullying. It does indeed feel a little bit like bullying. I do kind of want the Wax and Spike. I don't think it matters. It is cool, though. Like, it is a lot of extra damage. And we might maybe need that. Don't mind me, I'm not dying. So currently we're at, 330 damage per wave. We do sort of need more than that for some of the upcoming fights, depending on what we end up being paired with. I guess I'll take it. And I'll take the draw. Capacity actually maybe would have been better. Don't know. Spell Chain. Yeah, except now I can't afford the remove or the -2. Which is a bit of a shame, but mostly pretty good. Also, I still have not removed most things from my deck that I really probably should remove from my deck. I am a little worried at the upcoming fights. But we'll see. Yeah, Marker Invasion we can handle. Again, this is partly why we have the... everything, frankly. I think we still want to be on bottom floor, even if it means that we're kind of giving up on some of the permascaling on the Shattered Shell. But I don't want to be dealing with the Scourge cards, is one of the big things. So That's just kind of how it is. And again, the Jackstrips does kill all of them since it does 3 damage. And it pierces. Not that they have damage shields, but you get a point. Yeah, so these guys are what I was worried about, basically. Alright, didn't think I was going to be doing enough damage. We're close, and we'll be able to fix this. Especially because we do get the extra, like, non-permanent scaling of the Shattered Shell as well. So, like, mid-battle, we do accrue extra strength. And it doesn't take long to reach what we need. Okay. Just for good measure, let's get a bunch of stealth. And continue looking to murder. I do think we're going to avoid the Whiplash. We got to the breakpoint we needed, and so I think we're better off just not risking the burnout. Although we do have the Wax and Spike now, which does make that a more appealing prospect. But we'll see. I'm so worried about the burnout just ruining me. Especially since I haven't thinned out much of my deck, so I don't actually get to play out the Wax and Spike all that much. I'm gonna do this because I forgot to do it in the right order, and it mostly doesn't matter at this point. And then poor Rax can't even kill the multi-encasement at the moment. Oh no, Rector got the kill, god damn it. Ugh. God, these are both bad. Fine, I'll take Memento Mori. I've devolved to the point of just taking cards for the sake of taking cards. As much as I hate doing that. I think we're just going to the left, trying to find something to merge the Bloodthirsty Blade with, or maybe getting a room card. That's a bit of a shame, but okay. Not incredibly helpful. Fight Club's okay. Fight Club's worth taking, I guess. Since I can then also make deployable. Do I care about Curse Vines? I mean, there's no downside to taking it, other than it would prevent me from using that gold on removals instead. Yeah, I mean, the removals are okay. It's fine. We'll do that. Get rid of some garbage. Some absolute chaff, if you will. Yeah. Okay, well, we are going into the Seraphite at full health. No great surprise. I think we still want to set up on bottom floor. It is the greedy play, 100%. Yeah, we're gonna do this and give you... I don't know why I did it twice. I don't actually want that. I want it to die. I just want to have stealth on my other dudes. Yeah, we'll try it like this. We just absolutely cannot let the Shattered Shell die. And unfortunately, the silenced dudes do prevent me from enjoying the Pyre of Savagery. I'd really like clusterfuck to this bottom floor by putting the Jack-in-the-Box here and letting it not die. Okay, well, I need you to survive, and preferably Rector as well. God, I always forget that Momentum only is the front unit. It's even worse than I think it is. Because I always think that, like, at least there's a saving grace that it hits anything. Nope. Not even that. It is worse than you thought. Yeah, you exist, I guess. Do some damage. And then we slay and slay and slay. I still can't play out the molten casements on the same floor. But it, I guess, just doesn't matter. We're getting enough stealth anyways, and even if we run out of stealth, Rector should be able to tank just fine. Little days ago, I guess, so you stop adding your garbage to my deck. Bit late for that, since we're at the end of the fight anyways, but it's about sending a signal. It's about letting them know. Right. Well, we're almost done with this, or run. I might say round, and that was not the right R word. Anyways, unsurprisingly, took no damage during that fight. This has not been a challenging run in the slightest. I guess the first ring was a bit messy, but getting the sweep unit, you know, was by far the biggest thing we needed. Okay. Well, I guess we'll do this, and then that. You are taking a fair bit of damage, which is concerning, but we can bring them back if we need to, and we now get our beautiful stealth, which is what we've always hoped and dreamed it would be. Well, I was going to do other things, but I guess we're just going to daze you. I was going to try to tank with stealth. Turns out, don't need to tank with stealth. On the other hand, I do wish I had thought that through better before I played this here this turn, but oh well. First run stream, not challenging at all. Let's aim for a Ring 2 death next run. I think I've seen Ring 2 death once. out of all the Monster Rain 2 streams I've seen. I mean, it definitely happens. It doesn't happen to me too often. But there are a number of people who do complain about that fairly frequently. I think that partly just has to do with play style. Though some clan combos are definitely more volatile, more prone to early deaths. Okay, well, let's just keep playing out the garbage because why not? Oh, you are dying this turn if I don't do anything. Okay, let's just keep dazing you. Let's keep you alive because you're vaguely useful for me. It mostly is fine though, because I'm essentially largely just using Rector as a stealth bot, but I already have a decent amount of stealth on me, so I'm not too concerned about that now. Since I have the spell-based stealth now. I guess we play the Memento Mori because it's free to play. Yes, feast upon their flesh, my beautiful child. Oh, whoops. Well. Okay, now we can play the Pyrolite. Well. Gotta wait till next turn at the least, since Savagery isn't dead. Okay, unfortunately, not quite enough yet to get him there. We might be able to get him there. You're really selling him on the numbers. Not quite. Does feel bad. Oh well. I mean, we should be fine, because I can just, like, do this. And even if we couldn't stealth it, which we 100% can, even just one of them had enough HP to withstand things long enough to get a single hit in. And that's all we need. There we go. How exciting. Again, turns out Fire Savagery plus the sweep unit is a little too good. Without a sweep unit, Pyre Savagery is definitely much more hit or miss. Since oftentimes it is just a pure downside where the, lower Pyre HP really does matter and the attack scaling bonus really does not matter whatsoever. Because you're utilizing things like Spore Launcher or whatnot to get your actual damage output, which is not direct damage, therefore never gets a kill credit. Anyways, there's that. Okay. Did I forget to update things? I probably did. Definitely did forget to actually update the title. Yeah, because it was 28 when we started, I think. Because I can math. Don't mind me. Mathing live on stream. Alright, all that said. Let's figure out what we're playing after we check on the Shattered Shell. Just out of curiosity, we got him up to 208 attack power. That does include the kills in the Titan fight, which mostly don't matter. But, nonetheless, pretty good. Okay, now for something a bit different. I don't really want to do more Awoken or more Remnant, but they are the majority of what I have left, sadly. I don't even dislike Remnant, I've spent a lot of time playing Remnant, and a couple of things do make me a little annoyed, which puts me off from the plan a little bit, but we'll see. Something with Queen, I guess. Yeah, I think it's going to be Queen Umbra, probably, just for something a little different. Alright, where are you at? Queen and Umbra. I'm definitely taking the Blink because I don't give a shit about Shade Splitter, and having some bit of backline access, even if it's random, is just way more helpful to me in a world where I have like the Queens and Blinks. So, there we go. That said, I'll be back in one quick moment, and then we'll actually play the run. Alright, I'm back, and definitely not passing out on my feet. So what do we got? We have Herzl's Horde. Always a fan of Herzl's Horde. Savagery is manageable. Bit of a concern, but Umbra's not a bad clan to tackle that. Okay, I mean, it's a decent start. Horned Warrior or something. Making Morsel is a little underwhelming, but it is okay. And Hornbreak is fine. I mean, we're not taking Shadowbox. I don't trust that I'm going to have enough Morsel generation to make that worthwhile. I guess we take Unbroken Horn. Although the problem is that I doubt it matters. But I guess I still take it. It kind of annoys me to skip the first artifact most of the time, even when it's sort of correct to do so. We're taking Imperialist, I think. Royalty is bad and annoying, and Imperialist is good. Herzl's Horde is so good. Yeah, it's one of my favorite pyres. And I think just one of the most, just like universally good and applicable pyres. Like, even if you end up in a run where you're not running a lot of units, the extra deployment ember is still helpful in that it lets you play out like an expensive room, lets you play out inexpensive equipment, yada yada yada. Largely with impunity, and it lets you be a lot more flexible with what upgrades you take, which can be really nice. Especially with certain champions like Queen, which really benefit from capacity. Like, yeah, it's just a great pyre. It's not as flashy as some of the other pyres, but it's very good. Okay, I think we're going to do it like this. And just try to sift out as many enemies as I can. Because Queen will benefit from the extra capacity, sort of. I almost forgot that morsel miners don't have extra HP, unlike the other morsels were adjusted to have. So we'll do that. We'll kill that because I very badly want the collector. We're just gonna do what we can. I guess Rubble Morsel didn't get extra HP either. Okay. It is weird to me that Unbroken Horn works with a Deployment Ember too. I'm just gonna kill you so that you don't get to do some things to me. Alright, here we are. We got there, just barely. Used up all of my Ember, but we got him exactly to the threshold we needed. I mean, it's fine if we'd taken some pyro damage, but I definitely appreciate not taking pyro damage. We're taking Fledgling Imp, for sure. We're maybe gonna take Perils. It just, like... in a way that annoys me, Perils feels more mandatory for Ember Drain decks. Just because going into the Titan fight with 0 Ember a turn is actually quite frustrating. I really wish that the Pyrolite were reworked to be something that is helpful rather than something that is sort of like necessary. Like, as I've said before, if the Pyrite were retooled to be something that, like, protects your Pyre from some of the Pyre damage you're taking, it would then be something that is, like, helpful to play, but there are ways to play around not being able to use it, and it becomes a more, like, meaningful choice of risk-reward of, do I think my deck is going to be good enough to warrant passing on the Pyrolite? But as is, like... technically, that's still true, but mostly it's just so bad and infuriating to have the fight become a 20-turn slog if you are not playing out the Pyrolite each turn. And that is just not something I'm willing to do. Anyways, rambling aside, I think we want the Perils here. Technically, Space Prism is kind of okay in a world where I hit Intrinsic, because I'd be using it to generate extra capacity for the Imps. And, like, that's not terrible. Even if I disparage Space Prism regularly and often. Yeah, I guess I'm gonna go Space Prism, even if I get angry about it quite often. We are 100% going for Merchant of Steel. I should have looked at this first. No. We're not going to take Consumer of Crowns. Kind of want the damage shields on him, but we'll leave it. I think we're just doing damage shields here. Quick also would have been nice, kind of. Doesn't matter. Here we are. just the damage shields are a low-cost, pretty useful investment. Damage shield take pretty unusual. I take it all the time. I think it's pretty solid. So here's the problem. Okay, so I think this is how we're gonna do it. We're gonna do this, and we're going to just leave spaces open so we can maybe feed you some morsels or some other things. Okay, we are going to block there, and you are going to get some delicious, succulent stats. Good job. Yeah, I guess I'll just hit you. Well, I'll put you there as a bit of a buffer, I suppose. And then you, likewise, we're going to buffer there just so I can hold on to a damage shield. Which turns out, damage shields are pretty nice. Unfortunately, I don't have an imp this turn. I'm not surprised, because I have just been filtering through the imps, essentially. But I was still a little displeased. Yeah, no, I still had plenty of imps, it looks like. Oh. So be it. Yeah, and then unsurprisingly we win here. It's a shame we can't feed our morsels to him, but it doesn't matter. This is why we set him up on his own floor, so he can just gain some moderate damage scaling and go to town with it. I don't know. Fledgling imp. I think I take the fortify here. My defense is bad. I don't know. I guess I'll take that. Like, the fledgling imp would have been okay. Kind of. The only thing I really want from the Merchant of Magic is Intrinsic for the Space Prism, and that's, well, and or Spell Chain. And that's not really important. I suppose I could also do, like, Holdover, Double Stack on the Fortify. And that's an okay amount of armor. I think we're just going here, though. Wrong order, but I hope it doesn't matter. Well, we'll take Umbra Stone. I'm not going to take Lazarus Tome. Like, you can still put it to sort of decent use like this. But certainly less powerful outside of having its claim to support it. I could also maybe take Remnant Pact as a way to get Endless on the Imps, which is good, and it is important to me. But I think we're just going to take this anyways. I will take that. Bare minimum, it's probably going to be used as a way to kill some of Savagery's sweepers. But we'll see how that happens. Okay, so. I don't know I'm continuing to play Plinks on this floor. It's just not that helpful. Well, sadly, don't have any imps for her to utilize, but overall, it's okay. So you're going to be alive still to body block for her. Yeah, I guess I'll do this. I'm not wild about it, just because I have no way to sustain the rage, but I do want the damage scaling for now. Might have been better to have avoided that, but I don't know. It's hard to tell. Okay, I'll just let you block so Queen takes a bit of damage, or avoids a bit of damage. Yeah, this is the problem, though. But we're going to block there, because that does matter to me. Unfortunately, the Tranquil doesn't really do anything, and I don't have good damage scaling for a dude. We at least roll back into the Make Him Morsel, which is nice. Okay, it's a roundabout way to make sure that she doesn't die right here. And I just have to take some damage. Oh well. By that I mean lose some damage shields, which is sad. Because Archeon does hurt real fucking bad. Also, I did not make good use of the Swift Steel Dagger. Unfortunately. I don't know why I bothered doing that. They were healing to full anyways. I definitely could have used that last turn. Or next turn. Yeah, this is the problem I was concerned about. Is that I have, like, no defense, and he makes short work of my dude. Like, I don't have defense, and I don't have good offensive scaling either. And, like, I could maybe have just put more imps up here. I don't know. We're just going to restart and try it a different way. And we're definitely not going to use the Swift Steel Dagger on Queen this time. It was an experiment and something we're probably going to utilize in the future, but for now, it is just better on the Horned Warrior. Okay. Unfortunately, she's going to take a bunch of damage unless we draw an imp. I guess not that much damage at the moment. Well, we're getting some damage in on him. Unfortunately, I'd really love to feed these morsels to Prince, but if I'm gonna have Queen block for him, I guess Queen gets to eat things. There's no real avoiding it. I was about to complain about not having enough Ember for this. Totally forgot for a moment we have Unbroken Horn, which makes it a trivial consequence. Okay. And we're definitely doing a better job of spreading out the deaths across his floors, or more specifically, not killing them all on the same floor where he is. Yeah, or at least we were doing a better job. That time has basically come to an end. Okay, well. And then apologies since I know I'm not talking as much as I usually do, but I am a little bit dying deep inside. And I'm just tired. I'm just tired. It is much harder to concentrate than usual. I don't know why I bothered playing the Blink. It was not the card I meant to play. That's fine. Didn't have to. Okay. Unsurprisingly, we just need some extra time to draw on what we do. Well, not even draw what I need, but just build up some strength. We're going to take a last stand. Even though it's sort of a luxury card, we're skipping those. We are going to take capacity, I think. I do want all of them, but the capacity in particular helps. And then you're please going to give me Endless. I like the dualism. I like Endless more. Well, Imperialist 2 it is. I might have taken Imparade if it were offered there, but it wasn't. Okay, thank God. Would love to put Damage Shield on him too, but alas, not gonna happen. Okay, so let's start by removing some chaff. And that's all I can afford to get rid of. I could buy some minor upgrades, like even just getting the damage shields might have been nice. But I didn't. So be it. Okay, I would love to set up bottom floor, but I do need time to draw into the things I love and cherish. And so we're gonna hope that we start drawing things we want now. We didn't. And this is the problem of having like a last stand is sometimes it's just a straight liability for you. And does nothing. Not even close to nothing, just straight up legitimate literal nothing. Okay, I guess we'll do it this way. And you can go up here to get that sweet, sweet kill. Okay, luckily we are now strong enough that we could kill the whole wave. But we have a lot of things left to go. Oh, whoops. I, for some reason, thought I had enough ammo to play that. I don't. Okay. That looks a lot better. Oh, and I forgot that he has trample. That actually worked out much better than I thought it was going to. Well, we're getting the Horned Warrior up to a point where he can actually wipe waves, which is truly the important thing. Yeah, I think doubling the rage is a lot more important than just playing the imp. So, that's what we did. And thus, we smashed through Kel, the great and terrible foe. Truly the most awful boss of all time. Kind of with the Pirate Chomper just because it's cute, and also with Unbroken Horn, like, the extra Ember sort of matters more. Since, you know, even if I have nothing in hand that can utilize it, it's still kind of cute. I don't think we really want to do it. Do I want Imp in a box? I think no, though there is some solid value there, and it might help solve some of my defensive problems. And then Inflame is bad, but I mean, it's certainly better than Monster Train 1. I think in general they've just been cautious about it because it is one of those cards that is both offensive and defense scaling in one. And anything that does that is useful. But Inflame, the numbers are generally just fairly low. I think now they're a lot more respectful though. I don't know. I think I'm still skipping them even after trying to not trick myself, but talk myself into them. Either way, we'll skip. Would love the Void Binding. Can't really do the Void Binding. Alright, I'll skip these. I kind of want to take the Cannibalize just so we can try to get it mastered, but here we are. I definitely want the dupe, so we get the dupe. I think we're buying a second Swift Steel Dagger. Or I can get the Steward's Quarters. I actually might just take the Steward's Quarters for the extra capacity. Yeah. Not the most exciting suite of options. Okay, so there's that. Though I also would like to dupe the Fledgling Imp. Just because it's so important to me that I draw into it quickly. Well, here we are. We'll see what happens. Hopefully having to wait to draw the Imp does not bite me in the ass. Oh yeah, so these are the Corruption guys. Alright, where do I want to set up? And how? Well, I guess we're going to leave the other Horned Warrior unplayed and just do something like this. I guess I'll do that even though I don't totally want you to survive. But, you know, I'm hedging my bets here. I mostly just didn't want to get a bunch of corruption on my units on turn 1. Yeah, sounds great. Look at us go. My beautiful imp companion. Sadly, a little too early. I guess I'll leave the Horned Warrior available at the top floor. Yeah, we'll just leave it. Don't mind me not dissociating each and every moment. Whatever. This is fine. Well. Yeah, anyways, getting Endless on the Imp. Big, hefty increase in power. And I'm glad that we finally have the other Horned Warrior on the floor, too. Okay, we should be fine against him, I think. I guess we may as well kill this Titan Skin dude. Unfortunately, I just don't have the Ember to play all the things I want to play. Among other problems that persist in my life. Yeah, whatever, here we are. Okay, unsurprisingly, yeah, it takes down Queen, it takes down my imps, and then we just beat it to death. 2 empowered Horned Warriors at a time. Oh man, don't want the Rage Serum. I guess we'll take a March of Shields just because I have no defense. I'll take what I can get right now. Ember Forge is bad. Shred Mitosis is not applicable. There is a world where I could have been building for, like, Make a Morsel, and then now use the Shroud Mitosis to regularly triple copy the Morsel. Which would be fun, but we're not in that world. Pretty sure we want to go Merchant of Magic here. Unless I want to dupe. Actually, maybe just want the dupe. It's just so imperative to me that I draw the imp early. And also, having 2 imps is not a big deal either. Yeah. Here we go. So, give me... another Fledgling Imp. And we'll start removing a couple more things. Alright, let's get rid of some of the planks. And see how we perform into Kale. Which should be, I don't know, pretty good. It mostly just depends on how quickly we draw into the Fledgling Imps. Okay. Mostly, I am worried about dropping this first wave or two. But... everything comes up just fine. Unfortunately, I was hoping to kill him before he could do anything. Did make it. Purging card now costs 200 gold. The determination to purge is real. Yep. Okay, I'm now strong enough that with your quick... that does not seem right. Am I missing something? Oh, yeah. For some reason I thought that... I at first thought that this guy, the Horned Warrior, was killing everything in quick. That's absolutely not what's happening. But... so be it. Don't mind me. My mind is not just melting into slush, pure and unbidden. Oh, okay. I mean, I'm having fun despite being tired as shit. But, you know, you're rare. It would be nice if I had more quick to dole out. I maybe should have gotten the other Swiss Steel Dagger. Should have just played out the Ember, or the Vengeful Shard. Yeah, that wasn't that impressive. I mean, it's okay. Like they're wide NB waves, but Oh, and I never did play out the trample. Well, now you've got a trample. How exciting. I for some reason thought I clicked end turn and then started thinking about something else, and there we are. Okay. Interesting set of options. Transcendent obviously is quite good. It's probably what we're going for, maybe. The big issue being that we'd have to get Endless for it to really pop off, and we don't have a Welder Helper, so it doesn't help with defense at all. Whereas Ally of the Ancients is directly defense. And I kind of lean towards taking Ally of the Ancients. You know what? We'll take Ally. I guess we'll take the Ember. I don't know. I might regret that. So. I guess it's fine to go to a Merchant of Magic, see what the fuss is all about. Holdover Spell Chain. Okay. So we could do, like, March of Shields, could do Fortify. I guess we're going Imperios 3. I was hoping to... well, I was going to at least consider an Imp Parade. I don't think I would have taken Imp Parade 1. But maybe. But definitely not taking that here. I think we probably just want to do March of Shields here. Oh, yeah, it might have been better to do the Fortify, because the Fortify doesn't cost anything. Turns out that does actually matter to me. Well, we'll see what we can do. We shall be seers. I really want the gold, so heaven seal me up. Okay, we're gonna set up on mid floor. It is still going to be to our detriment to some degree, but we have to do. Okay, yeah. Unfortunately, we're getting Scourge cards, and the Deformed Duos are still awful on whatever floor we face them on. Well, let's soften some things up. Yeah, good job. I'm proud of you, Blink. Okay. Okay, so at least that's not gonna get the kill. I guess I'll hurt you, just in case that's my only way to get rid of your Scourge situation. Alright, well, I'm not killing this guy, which is a concern, especially because he is healing, thanks to the Heaven Seal. I mean, I am at full, obviously. I can sort of afford it, but it is going to hurt real badly. That's real bad. Oh god, it just shreds me. Yeah, I need to set up not on mid-floor. Unfortunately, it does mean that I am then going to struggle with the Scourge cards, which is similarly quite bad for me. Technically, I could put Queen on a lower floor and try to use her to sweep enemies with her passive, or not her passive, her Imperialist ability to try to kill the backliners more easily. Yeah, not no self-will draw, but that's fine. I do really want the block. I do want you to have less armor. Unfortunately, that's not enough. Don't love the Resonant Ruins. Do I want to use the March of Shields? Kind of want to use the March of Shields. Mostly think the March of Shields is going to be a waste, but we'll try it anyways. Already hate all the Scourge cards. Fills me with an indescribable despair. Okay, just barely that's enough. We do take a little bit of fire damage. But, again, it is enough. And that is what we care about, kind of. I do obviously still have to win the fight. Yeah, I thought this might happen. So we're going to do that, which hurts a little bit, but it's the way that we get the kill here. Yeah, I didn't play the March of Shields, and maybe that was a mistake. And I am taking damage. This is why I hate setting up on a higher floor against Scourge enemies. Monster Train 2 is just too Scourge heavy. I'm unfortunately... Oh, I didn't realize I was letting them go. I may be dying here. Yeah, I totally wasn't paying attention to the fact that he was surviving. Don't mind me, only half a shell of a human. That's unfortunate. I mean, that was a rough battle for us. I probably needed to have dropped the March of Shields faster and just found the second fledgling imp. Because it was so imperative to me that I get my damage scaling going. And drawing the same, like, 5 cards at return was not working for me. Alright. Well, let's try not losing. What am I going to play this time? Should probably do more Queen. I think we're probably going to do Wilden 10. Eventually we'll be able to do the other champions. It's been so long since I played Ekka and Talos. Okay. Let's do Wilden 10. I want to do Lazarus, but then I'm locking myself into almost all just Monster Train 1 combos remaining. I guess I'll do Wilden 10 Awoken. I said Awoken. I meant Remnant. Also, I somehow didn't click on Remnant. There we go. Let's see what we can do. Fear's Greed is good. Wildwood Sap is dubious. Molded and Wickless Baron is fine. I do like Curse of Vines quite a bit. I think we're taking that. Flicker's Liquor, also good, obviously, but I like this quite a bit. I don't like taking Strangler first ever, so we'll take Thornlord. There are ways to utilize Strangler first, but it's just, it feels so risky most of the time. Okay. I guess you do have a decent chunk of starting HP, but we're still gonna do it this way. And we get the Vine Grasp, so we can just shoot, and shoot some more. Yeah, I mean, he does even out the HP differential pretty quick. Okay. Yes, go forth, Vine Grasp, and do your work. It's a shame I can't do anything else I care about here. So we take a little bit of pyre damage, so what? We got the Collector. Also, I already forgot that we have Fear's Greed, and I should just be welcoming the pyre damage. At least, you know, to some degree. At the very least, I shouldn't be playing out the shards and just accepting the free gold. Okay. Just give you a bunch more regen. And we chose to hold the Sting in hand, I guess, just because we can. I mean, I can reform things, but, like, who really cares about that? Particularly unhelpful when we get both of the shield stewards, but whatever. So let's pull you front so we don't actually have to hit the shield dude, I guess. And then just do some damage, I guess. I don't know. First death of stream, sort of unexpected because endless duels and rage imps are usually pretty strong. Yeah, I mean, they're pretty good, but yeah, I knew it was a battle I was going to struggle with if I took the Heaven Seal, and I still did it. I think I could have won had I played the fight a little differently, but I knew that was going to be a bit of an ask. Oh, and again, I'm exceptionally tired, and I'm definitely not playing as well as I could be. I'm having a much harder time focusing, but I'm trying to at least, you know, put on a decent show still. I think we're going to take the Glimmer, even though I'm not wild about Glimmer. I would pretty happily take Dripfall for so many reasons. So, and there is a Merchant of Steel coming up. Might want to go here looking for, like, holdover, intrinsic Dripfall, among other options. Obviously, going here, I look for Smidge Stone or Multi-Strike or both. Pretty happy with that. Yeah, I'm gonna do this, I guess, to see what we can get. No. That is so very much not what I wanted. I mean, I could swap to the Shattered Shell here. I'm gonna keep the Baron, though. But man, was that not the upgrade set I was hoping for. Do I want Titanite, though? Maybe? Maybe. Especially because we don't know if we're ever going to be offered Predator. And being able to tank via Titanite does work a lot better with Predator. Or without Predator. Whatever, fine. I'll take it. It's not what I was hoping for, obviously. But fine. It's still useful. Okay, we're just gonna do this to build up his damage a little bit. And start turn one with some extra draw. And yes, I know that looked a little questionable. I was just trying to power myself up a little bit. And I wanted to leave these guys alive so I could potentially be getting the kills here. Since the Harvest does a lot of work for me. Also, need to remember that I have Fear is a Greed. Okay. Okay, well, we're gonna leak a dude, but, I mean, who doesn't leak a dude from time to time? Okay, and again, it mostly just becomes extra gold, so it's not that big a deal. I'll take the 10 damage and suffer through. Yeah, that's not particularly helpful. Well, here we are. Well, we should be okay on top floor. I don't have the best damage scaling, but on the other hand, I just need to sit here and take a couple hits like a bitch. So I can do that. I've been preparing my whole life for that. Ta-da! Could take more Wildwood Sap. The regen is okay when we've got max HP from the harvesting. And when... I mean, yeah. We also have the Titanite, so the regen sort of goes a further distance. Which would be fine. I don't really want the Calcified Ember, and I don't love Wildwood Sap in general. Restoration Detonation is also okay. I don't really like it as a card, but I think here it's actually pretty decent for us. So, begrudgingly, I'll take it. Might want the Wicklash. I'm gonna skip. I probably should take the Wicklash. It's just that it puts me in a situation where I then have to be managing burnout, which can be a little awkward. I'm gonna go here and look for an upgrade again. Okay, I will happily take a multi-strike. Should have looked at the banner first. I'm pretty confident that I wouldn't change my mind. Legitimately, probably should be using the Shattered Shell, but I'm not going to. Okay, well, we'll just do that and box them all on up and proceed to not care about their fate in any way, shape, or form. Okay. Knockback Archeon's probably pretty fine. Maybe. Hopefully. Okay. I will leave the stings unplayed, I guess. And then just unload on his sorry ass. Not that it does meaningful damage, but I did it nonetheless. It was me. All mine. Okay, so he swaps us. I don't know how many times he's going to visit top floor. Yes, you're not dying. You're not healing either, but now you are. Okay, I mean, we should be in pretty okay shape. Although, I didn't love that you got pushed back to the front. That was not my ideal. Yeah, you're gonna leak. It happens. Don't mind me. Yeah, also, with Fear's Greed, the 1 damage pings is just not a big deal. Okay, so he does swap us back one more time. I wasn't sure if he was going to or not. Glad he is. What a kind and caring gesture he can make. I mean, like, we sort of want the Baron behind because he has a multi-strike. He's obviously a much better force multiplier. On the other hand, he also is way better defensively, and Will Intent is no slouch, so, you know, it is still useful to have extra help where we can get it. Okay. Can't fit that. Don't really want to sap my other dude, so enjoy your root seed for all the 2 seconds you get to enjoy it. And then, unsurprisingly, we have the whole situation against you, Ari. And thus it all came together. Foremost Child is rather underwhelming. If it were the draft, it might be a lot happier, but that's not a rare. Spreading Spores is not good. Cycle of Life is okay, but not really what we want. So, skip that. God, fucking Steel Singer. No. We're just skipping on these. We're going to make another Baron. That's what we're going to do. Speaking of, I'm going to take extra capacity now. Do I want to go to the left? I think no. I think we want to line up. Oh, I did forget that. I didn't necessarily need capacity. I was considering using the Drip Fall for that. But clearly, I forgot about that in my addled state. I mean, whatever, fine. Hi, do you care about card mastery? Just asking because you skipped unmastered trash cards. Yes-ish. I do care about it, but I, in general, try to avoid taking cards purely for the sake of card mastery. I have been taking some just for mastery recently, just because I have several cards that I just don't take normally because they're bad. And I hate taking them, so. But yeah, in this instance, while we're doing the crowns, I'm still pretty okay with just not taking the unmastered cards for the sake of it. Oh cool, so many mastered and very far from it. Yeah, it takes a while. Usually the rare units are the, like, real sticking points. Do I want double stack Drip Fall? Makes it harder to use on my own side, but I think that's fine. Yeah, we'll do that, I guess. Kind of just wanted the magic power. It's not that impressive, though. Could Permafrost Restoration Detonation? I don't know. I don't really give a shit. I didn't even look at the unit. Fine. We'll skip those and not forget to upgrade my champion. Yeah, we'll take Predator. I don't know how necessary Predator is here. It's not bad. Obviously getting, like, Sweep on Wilden 10 also would have been pretty useful. God, I just, like, don't have anything. Okay, well, let's Glimmer to at least murder the backliner, and then weaken the frontliner. Unfortunately, the Titan skin, like, does legit matter in a bad way. I do very little damage here. And I really need a second Baron. Oh god, and the fucking sap is going to ruin me, isn't it? Yeah, I can't really do that. Yeah, that's not good. Well, this might be one where I just take a bunch of damage. But yeah, the problem is I really need things to be dying, you know, to get anything rolling at all. It's one of those times where I really wish that I had, like, the Glimmer or Sweep. And I know I did pass on multiple Sweep units, but hey, Yeah, this is a bit of a clusterfuck. Well, still taking a bunch of pyre damage. That's fine, whatever. So be it. I've at least gotten to the point where, like, I can kill some things. Alright, fine. You'll hurt me, we'll cry, so be it. At least I don't have to deal with the Scourge generators anymore. Okay, 100% no. God, that's not enough, though. Yeah, I maybe just need to not be on bottom floor for this fight. Yeah, it turns out my deck is not good. I mean, I can still sort of just win. Ajax is frustrating this way, where you just watch your entire team fall to pieces. No, I can't play the Dripfall if I do it that way. Yeah, really kind of need the Dripfall. I mean, I do survive it. It's real fucking bad, but fine. Alright, we'll take the win. Took a lot of damage, but at least it ends up being extra gold. Real fucking bad, though. The Engraft is okay. Edge Prior's not. I don't know. Yeah, I guess I'll take the Engraft, even if it comes to thing. Remnant Host, I do actually want. Kind of. It is a little awkward for us, but that is what I want, and 100% we want the dude. Okay. Interesting set of options. Yeah, we're probably going for the well next. And then we could go for the Merchant of Steel, which I probably want anyways for the healing. So I will take Firestone Housing. Memorial Fund is a maybe. We are definitely making Baron number 2, because God, do I need more power. Unfortunately, I still need some way to start killing enemies so that they can power up. Or, you know, kill my own units, but That's also a problem. I don't know if Memorial Fund is going to be worth it. It's a lot of deaths that I would have to do. And I don't think that's going to be worth it. So, like, the thing is, if I start utilizing the Remnant Host well, I will get multiple deaths every turn. But I don't think that's feasibly gonna happen. So we're just not gonna worry about it. Finally, we have seen Emblem of the Exiles. Dear God. I'll buy that, and then skip on the Sap Tap, because I basically don't have any healing. I guess I have the Engraft. That part would have been nice, but whatever. What are you gonna do about it? I don't know. My deck is a bit of a mess. But, so be it. It's my mess now. Okay. Oh, actually, do I want to be on top floor? We're going to try being on not top floor and see if I can manage. Alright, look at us go. It is a little weird to me that Emblem of the Exiles triggers after deployment. I don't know. Like, it just feels like it shouldn't, even though, as written, it definitely should. Well, let's just do some incanting so Wildington does a bit more damage and is a little better killing the statue here. Okay. So first off, we do that, then that, then that, and we get the kill. Sadly, don't have anywhere good to play out the Remnant Host. Which does bring me despair. But yeah, get out of there. I don't want to deal with your sap right now. I'm having enough trouble as is. And I am not going to miss out on the collector. Okay. And I can't play the Calcified Ember. Well, we're just gonna keep ignoring our problems for the time being. Totally healthy behavior, I'm sure. Stupid sap dudes. Yeah, that feels really bad. Problem is, we've gotten to a point where there are multiple sap dudes on the train, and so I'm just stacking them all up together, which is really not a tenable situation. Well, so be it, I guess. I don't know. I am bleeding out. each and every moment. That said, couple things. Number one, we're mostly just going to ignore these guys. Number two, a little sad that I can't put the Remnant Host on this floor to die. The main thing, though, is we're going to Drip Fall him, so he's dazed, and therefore doesn't hit his Resolve trigger, and so doesn't gain more Reanimate. So long as I don't fuck around with things too badly, it's gonna be okay. And yes, I probably should have played the Engraft because it was Ember neutral, and I didn't, and that was not an ideal choice, but it's fine. Doesn't change my future. And I even get to play with the Calcified Ember. That said, my deck is still bad. Still has big heaping problems. But we're trying. Certainly trying. Oh, man. Okay. I will take the Reserve Thorns. I will take Mortal Entrapment, I guess. I don't know. I'm just kind of grasping at straws here. I do kind of want to dupe. Pretty sure I want to dupe. Also would love to heal. Also would love to refine some of my cards to be not bad. But we're going to dupe. Also, some of the other things here, not bad. I will take that and maybe use it. Sure. You have been promoted to deployable. We are going to make a second Drip Fall, I guess. I don't know. So be it. So be it. Yeah, like, I don't know. I don't know what I'm doing here. The magic power would also be sort of kind of okay, but I would prefer the Steward's Quarters right here, so that's what we got. Now the problem is I do need to be killing things on bottom floor. It turns out that is vaguely difficult for me. I kind of want to play this here for it to die, but the problem is I don't actually want it to get the Emblem of the Exiles bonus. It will get that at the beginning of turn. Alright, let's just keep the stings, even though I do want the extra draw. Okay. But I was hoping I would get him, and I did. Because it does represent a lot of extra power for me. Fortunately, we don't quite kill here. God, and then my deck is a bit of a clusterfuck. Okay, so a couple things. One, we get you back. Two, I guess we're doing that. Three, I guess we're doing this. Though I'm not playing through the... I really need more Ember, among many other problems that I need to solve in my life. Also, unfortunately, because of the quick, I don't actually get the bonus from the giraffes dying until after they've already attacked, basically. God, we're just gonna have to scramble a little bit here. And you're not even dying. Great. Okay. Well, I have the Drift Falls. The problem is I just don't have the Ember to play everything I'm trying to play. We're working on it, though. Also, with him surviving, he then steals the HP from the Emblem of the Exiles, which is very much not what I want. Oh, and these guys are alive this turn because he died from burnout rather than combat. Still vaguely acceptable. Very much not what we wanted, though. I mean, I'm getting the Barons built up a decent amount, but, like, at what cost? Okay. Whoops, I did mean to do that on Wildem 10's floor. Doesn't really matter. Here we are. My clusterfuck of a deck continues. Like, we are going to win this fight. That at least is secure, but, ooh. Ooh, is it a bit of a challenge getting there. Yeah, unfortunately Predator is sort of working against us. But if I can get Endless on this, I can fix things, kind of. Okay, anyways, we have dazed Kale a whole ton, and I actually have relatively decent stats here. Not impressive stats, but decent stats. No. We were definitely taking the Ember, because boy do I struggle to play things. And then we're going here. Both because the healing is nice, the removals are nice, and hopefully get Smidge Stone. Yeah. Don't really want the burnout. What I want is other things. So do I want the multi-strike or do I want the better scaling and a little bit more HP? I think I'm just going to take the Thornlord 2. Even though Predator 2 is mostly a lot better for me. But I'm just going to take this. That's fine. There's the HP. Yeah, Fear's Greed just has a lot of HP. I was really hoping for other things. And this is the last Merchant of Steel. Yeah, I really wanted to Endless, sadly. Well, then it gets messy, I guess. Alright, that's fine. It's just, it would have been really nice. Okay. Well then. Well then. We're gonna get rid of some root seeds. And hold on to our gold from there. I don't know. So be it. Market Invasion is sort of good for us. Sort of bad. I mean, it should be fine since we have Predator, so we just kill them before they can attack. Hello, Ashaka. How you doing, friend? I will just play these right now. Very tired. I feel you. I have been, like, falling asleep on stream the entire day. I have been exhausted. Oh, man. I guess I'll take the Fierce Greed damage. Yeah, the problem is hitting 10 draw means that I don't get the Cursed Vines, and that is a bit sad. Which is part of why I was removing some of the Root Seeds from the deck. But that's okay. I don't even really need the Drip Falls right now. I'm gonna play that just so it can burn out. I will let the Drip Falls go for the time being. Although of course, now it does matter to me. Okay. Not what I wanted to do, but it's a way that I can get that, and I want it. It just feels dumb that I just declared that I didn't care about the Drip Falls, and then I fucked up. Also, I could have just done this. I didn't have to use the Remnant host down here. It's fine. I have a lot of problems. Also, I can't even bring back the Remnant host this turn, which is sad. Oh well. So be it. I just want to scale my harvest. Is that so much to ask? Also, I should probably have the Barons in front. I do keep kind of forgetting that they have Titanite. And so the extra HP from Emblem of the Exiles does go a long way for them. Okay, that's enough to get that kill. I don't know. Here we are, drip falling for little to no reason. I would be on bottom floor, except that I was trying to not get ruined by the invasion trial. Okay. Okay. A Thane should be handleable, I think. So yeah. You're the one with the resolve. We'll do that, I guess. There we go. That's all we need to get the kill. Yeah, I'm not totally happy with my choices, but so be it. I think we'll manage. The problem is I just don't want to trip fold these guys and then put them on the same floor as a Thane. That is not my ideal world. Pretty confident I can handle a little bit of spikes. I don't really want that. Alright, well, we should be fine, because you'll go to the Pyro Room, we have 100 attack, and you're still dazed for a turn. Anyways, here we go. How exciting. Then we could daze her for 4 more turns with the 2 drip balls if we wanted. Does not matter. Okay. My clumsiness is on full display, but it's working. I'm going to skip the Preserved Thorn, so it is good for incanting. I don't know. No? I'll just take Crushing Demise, even though it's a bit whatever for us. Anyways, we're going here. We're duping a Baron. Sketches. Yeah? I think that's what I want. Also, I'm definitely taking that. I should look at this to figure out what's on offer. Inferno Room. I don't think I'm taking it, but it's sort of interesting. Just to make sure I'm not forgetting about anything. So there's the Jack in the Box, which I have been playing out. Shield Steward, which I have been playing out and will continue playing out. Yeah, I think we're just taking that. Fine. Fine. Maybe. It doesn't really help me. Okay, so we make another Baron. Part of the issue, though, is that I still do struggle to just start killing things. Like, my offensive output, not great. I am just gonna get rid of some things. I legitimately don't actually ever want that. I don't know. I don't know what I want to do with my life anymore. Okay, fine. Whatever. Here we are. I'm still sad that we didn't get Endless on the what's-its-face, the Tomb, the Remnant Host. That would have been more helpful for us. But alas, we didn't. It's fine. Oh, it doesn't really matter. I was meant to have him up front because he does more damage and that helps us kill the frontliner faster. I guess we'll do this. Okay, so I can pull you up front, which unfortunately does still spawn those guys in back. Okay. Unsurprisingly, this is not going to work. Yeah, okay. I thought this was likely going to be the case just because the first set of enemies is so threatening. It does mean we're going to abandon the Remnant Host on bottom floor. Whatever, fine, so be it. Oh, and I guess you are just going to die to... Okay, never mind. We do need Wilden 10 up front to start. Because he needs to be able to survive Seraph's attack. Yeah, again, the biggest problem with my deck is that I need I need to get kills started. Otherwise, my deck just doesn't do anything. Oh, you gained a bunch of health, you bastard. Didn't love that. Well, so be it. I don't know, here we are. Not happy about this, but so be it. Alright, have a nice night, Fury. Okay. Not a bad thing to die, and then we'll pull you up front so we can kill you, because the silencers are bullshit. And then we just keep working on what we can do. Unfortunately, you're dying to burnout, which is less helpful. Oh well, it will work better in the Titan fight. God, my deck is a clusterfuck. But it is better once we start killing things. Doesn't help that I'm also getting sapped from Seraph. Also, I didn't mean to bring this out. I guess we do this in the weird clusterfuck of a way that I didn't mean to do. I thought about it earlier, and then on reflex I just played the card anyways. God, what is this mess? It's not the worst thing if this guy hits the pyre. It's only 5 damage. Yeah, that's fine, whatever. I need to start actually killing some of the enemies, so we focused on that. It was okay. Oh god, you're not great. Well, not a bad target for the crushing demise to hit, I suppose. Well, we are struggling to kill most things, but we're working on it. Okay. Come back, Remnant Host, even though you have way more HP than I want you to have. We are not letting the 54 attack dude escape. And we'll continue dazing him and do a little bit more damage now that we don't have all the sap on my dudes. Unfortunately, the stupid Remnant Host isn't dying and is stealing my extra HP gains. Oh, this is a mess. Or Mortal Entrapment. Would love to play you. Oh. Can't do what I wanted to do. Because we have too many enemies here. Yeah. Yeah, remind me. So this is going to tick down, so he'll go to the pyre room with 2 days, which is not enough. Yeah. I have created what is nicely categorized as an absolute goddamn mess. Okay, let's consider some options. Okay. Should maybe be okay. Unfortunately, the giraffes have no attack. Oh, I can't count, and for some reason thought he was gonna die. Well, that was embarrassing. I, for some reason, thought he was gonna die, but it's because I was looking at the math from a different turn. Yeah, whatever. Did it to myself. Oh my god. Oh, I mean, it was a bad deck just because I did not have enough damage scaling since I was basically waiting purely on the harvest. This is the jank I'm here for. Glad to satisfy you, Tiny. I mean, we almost got through it. If I'd gotten past that, I could have done the Titans. We would have had like a weak first turn on the Titans, but past that we would have been fine. We could have perma-dazed Savagery. We could have absorbed the Corruption or just perma-dazed Dominion, and the first couple waves in the Titan fight aren't very strong, so we would have been able to get the Harvest pretty easily. Regardless, mistakes were made, and we died, so fuck me. Alright, what are we doing? I made a lot of mistakes tonight. I think Savagery wrecks you even harder. You get double heavies earlier, so you have even less time to scale. No, I meant Savagery in the Titan fight, as in Titan Savagery. Yeah. Like, I agree that the double heavies would have been a problem. Maybe manageable, kind of, in a couple ways, since I could do a lot of dazing. But yeah, that would have been not great. Also, I wouldn't have had to deal with all the sap. And the sap was cutting into my power quite a bit. But yeah, no, I agree that Savagery also would not have been great for me. But I was specifically talking about the Titan fight originally. Anyways, I kind of want to do Prince Lazarus, but I was kind of trying to save that. But it would be nice to play one of the Monster Train 2 clans. Let's just do Prince Remnant, I guess. Even though we've been playing a lot of Remnant tonight. But I have very few options. It's basically just all Hellhorned, Awoken, and Remnant. Tiny splash of Umbra here and there. But it's mostly those three remaining, so. Alright. Prince Remnant it is. Don't need to change that. Okay. Here we are. Wing Spirit is bad. Fledgling Imp, Dripfall, and Branded Warrior is pretty okay. I'm not wild about the Branded Warrior, but they're overall pretty good. Interesting. Vola's is okay. I mean, it's good in general. These are not necessarily the best starter cards for it, but it is just free Ember for the most part. Manifold Mirror, I think I don't care about. Obviously, it has some high rolls, but given that we're 2 Monster Train 1 clans, it would basically be duping Silence Room, which is good, but the chances that that happens, we don't know for sure. I mean, there's some other things we could do too, but that is mainly what we'd be taking it for. Manifold Inferno, you coward. I mean, I have done that. To good success on occasion. It is cute. Yeah, we'll take Vola's. Okay. So, now the real question. I think we're still taking Brawler, because Brawler is the best, and we already have the Imps. And as much as I like the idea of Wrathful, it just is too low of stats. I was considering taking it here, because we've got the Dripfall to kind of slow down bigger threats. We have Volas to minus cost of the torches, so I can, like, torch my own prince easily. But I think it's just too little. I still kind of want to try it. It's not good. Like, I'll be quite clear about that. Like, especially gaining just 10 armor on Slays. Oh, I guess it's 25 at rank 3. But either way, it's just not enough for how much damage comes in. I still kind of want to do it, though. But I could also just, like, do the Branded Warrior with Brawler and have a built-in damage scaling with the Fledgling Imps, and, like, that's just a much better plan. Fuck it, we're just gonna take Brawler. Let's win a run tonight. I mean, we won at least one, but I have had mistake after mistake. Okay, so... I'm gonna play it like this, and I'm gonna let him die, basically. Although, had I realized I was just gonna get the Imp turn 1, I might have done this, but that's fine. Okay, we'll just murder that and start building up some power on our buddy. Yeah, it doesn't really matter where I put that. Yeah, whatever. Fine. Mostly I should just be trying to build up defense for Prince. Well, here we are. Oh, I forgot about Wing Spirit. It's very easy to forget about. Okay, I will play that there. A little bit of damage. Like, we're gonna murder him pretty easily since Prince is doing a lot of damage. And even with just the measly blocker that we've got, it's enough. Yeah. Ta-da! Alright, pretty clean battle number 1. Hidden Passage would be good if we weren't looking at an imp-focused life. Obviously, I still could, like, overstack Branded Warriors or something. But no. I mean, it's still a good card, even if I'm not overstacking my own units. But it's not exactly what I want. I'm going to take the Impressive, I guess. I'm going to skip on these. And then we're gonna go here. Okay. Really wanted like a Wickless Baron or Wickless Tycoon was the main thing. I just want something with HP mainly. I might want the Paraffin Thug. You know what? I'll take Paraffin Thug. It's a lot better in Monster Train 2. Debating if I want to do this. I don't think I do. It might be nice to do it and then look for like a large stone. Just to get some raw stats out. Don't think that's what we want though. I think we're just going to reroll. Okay, fine. I am 5 gold away from being able to afford both of those, which is a little sad. And I didn't get either Dualism or Endless, which were what I was really hoping for. Doesn't matter as much, since I do have the Reform for the Imps. I'm just going to do this for now. It is the greedy play, but if I can get some kills on him, he does pay it back pretty fast. But I don't have good defense for Prince. We're just gonna have to accept that for now. Okay, well, here we are. Oh. He already got us back 60 gold. Certainly not the worst it could be. Well, just barely get you in range of death, and then we'll mitigate some problems. Well, let's give you... Okay, yeah. I mean, it's going okay. Paraffin Thug is definitely performing pretty well for us. Unfortunately, my deck is a bit messy here. Is it worth knocking off your damage shield? I think not, because you're already going to do that. It would be 13 more damage. Plus, this is taking into account the 15 that you are healing. Which is close, but not enough, I don't think. So. I was hoping we could back the Paraffin Thug and, you know, get some delicious, delicious free gold off of him. But alas, we did not. Do I want a Horn Break? Kind of. Don't often want a Horn Break, but maybe I want a Horn Break. Could also ditch Prince and just make an army of Paraffin Thugs at this point, which is, like, not the worst plan. I'm just gonna skip. I will skip these as well, even though I should probably take the Whiplash, maybe. I mean, I don't super need the Whiplash. I gotta go grab something, so I'll be back in just a moment, and then we'll continue the run. Alright, sorry that took so long. I'm back, and we will continue. So, where are we going? I lean towards going for the Merchant of Steel to look for, again, Endless. It's not the end of the world if we don't hit Endless, though. Because, again, we do have Reform. It's fine if we don't. Especially because I could just get, like, Holdover on the Impressive. And that would also be a way to just, like, kill the imps every turn. And then reform them, yada, yada, yada. Going here, we could potentially get Zone of Silence. We could get Bloodthirsty Blade, which would also be a good pickup for us. Swift Steel Dagger would also be quite good. I think I'm pretty happy to go here, actually. Yeah, let's do it. Some Silence is a maybe. Steward's Quarters is not bad. Just it's such a low opportunity cost. I think I'm going to take Adapted Mutation just because of how it works with Rage. Time to master Spreading Spores. I have taken Spreading Spores several times recently, and it has not panned out, unfortunately. How's how you doing, Tom? Yeah, this only matters if I actually get my Rage build up properly, but I think it's still what we're going to take. I don't even know if it's going to be really useful, but we'll see what we can do. So, do I want either of these? Kind of. I think we do want Zone of Silence. I'm tired but good. That seems to be the general sentiment today. I think we're taking Zone of Silence. I'm not going to deployable it yet. Do I want Steward's Quarters? Kind of. I think no. God, I really wanted, like... Swift Steel Dagger in particular is what I wanted. And we didn't get it, which is sad. Are you going to finish this before Silk Songing? Good question. I don't think I'm going to quite reach 180 crowns before Silk Song, just because it's out so soon. I was debating what to do about that. I might just not play Silk Song on stream, but it feels like a good game to play on stream. And I definitely enjoyed playing Hollow Knight on stream more than once, so... I think we'll probably just take a short break from Monster Train to play Silk Song. Especially because I've been playing a lot of Monster Train 2 since release. I'm still going to play a lot of Monster Train 2, but, you know, I do want to play Silk Song. Either way, I don't know, haven't decided yet. Maybe I'll try to make time for extra streams or long streams, but I have a lot of other things going on in my life, so I don't know how feasible that is. What about you, Tom? Are you going to play Silk Song? Yeah, really disappointed that I didn't get anything I, like, super cared about. Oh, I did mean to do deployable on Zone of Silence. Totally forgot. Unsure yet. Not a genre I played a lot of. Yeah, that's why I was curious, because it's not something that I associate with you. But, I mean, like, I know you sometimes like to play different sorts of games. But, really like the artwork, though. Yeah, it's a gorgeous game. Okay, let's just kill the imp, return the imp. There we go. Kill you, kill you. And here we go. And because he killed the imp, we don't really have to suffer from the knockback portion of events, so that's nice. I don't really want to get sapped, but I also do want to kill you. So I guess we'll do that anyways. Yeah, I don't really want to do the adaptive mutation yet, but like 34 HP is maybe good enough. I think we're just gonna wait though. But yeah, anyways, I mean, if you want, you could try out Hollow Knight over the weekend or whatever. See if you like it. I think for the most part, it's a very good game. It does start pretty slow, and I think it does itself a disservice. Like, not the events are that slow, other than, like, the tutorial area. But just, like, the movement tech at the beginning of the game feels real sluggish. And given that that's one of, like, the key fun highlights of a Metroidvania, that is a problem. But after you get a couple abilities, it starts feeling a lot better. As far as what I'm actually doing here, what the fuck do I want to do? Do I want to play the Zone of Silence? Maybe. It's not that helpful in this fight. It's basically just for the shield bearer. I think what we want to do is just kill the imp. Could also play you here and then Impressive instead, but I don't think that's what I want to do. So, whatever, we're doing this. I don't know. Here we are. Yes, keep gaining me gold, Paraffin Enforcer, you beautiful creature, you. Alright. So I can do that. Yeah, I mean, there's nowhere else that I really need to use the Driftfall, so we'll just do that. Unfortunately, I'm not great at killing off my imps once they start getting HP from the Reform, so that is a detriment. I'm sort of depriving myself of the Slay, but I'm just not going to worry about that. Okay. So I got some imps. Got a whole lot of imps, in fact. It's a lot of damage. Unfortunately, he's not getting the kill on the Sycophant. Might be worth just letting him die so I can put something else in his place, but here we are. Well, it's not as impressive as I would like, but it's something. Unfortunately, my rage here has started to wear down, but luckily, it basically doesn't matter. And there we go. Perfect health. Pretty decent fight overall. Got some extra gold. Yada, yada, yada. Interesting. It's really just, do I want to pivot to a wax and spike-shaped lifestyle? And the answer is always maybe, kind of, yes. It's a good card. How do you feel about Prince in Monster Train 2? I think he's okay, kind of. I think he's on the weaker side. I think Brawler's still quite good, especially with the existence of equipment. you know, he's still an insane force multiplier, and the consistency of knowing that he's going to have 5 attacks by the end of the run is very good. Especially because he's relatively low investment, like he's only 2 capacity, yada yada yada. He doesn't really ask you to do anything different than what you already need to be doing with your deck to get great value. So like Brawler Prince is still quite good. Weak defense, obviously, but like there's a lot of defensive options in Hellhorns, not to mention the other clans as well. Reaper is bad. It's better than Monster 1, but that's not saying much because it was god-awful, terrible in Monster 1. Here it's better, still not great, and it's boring as hell. Wrathful, unfortunately, does really just suffer from its numbers. I think all that Wrathful really needs is just tweaks, just like higher base stats in particular, because he really needs to be able to like tank a couple starting hits so he can like build that rage and get some slays. Unfortunately, some of the later waves I think are really stacked against him. Namely, the waves with the 500 HP heavies are a huge problem for him, because it's a huge ask for him to get to 500 damage so he can get a slay on one of them, and he needs to be in the front of the row to like do anything most of the time. So you can't like put him in the back and have your front units like soften them up. Like, yes, technically there's more you can do, but it's just not great. He needs numbers adjustments. The path idea itself is still pretty solid. It's just that with the current wave composition and current stats of enemies, it doesn't work out very well. Reaper, though, I think needs more. I would love to see it get like an active ability, since active abilities are a new thing in Monster Train 2, and I would love to see the Monster Train 1 clans interact with that better. Have you seen the new cards? Yes, I am aware of the new cards. Were there any in particular you wanted to talk about? But yeah, anyways, overall, Prince is on the weaker end. He's not as weak as people make him out to be. There are a lot of people who bemoan him as far and away the weakest champion right now. I'm not sure I'd call him the weakest champion. He's definitely a contender for it. No, just some people don't know. Yeah, no, I'm very active on the Discord, among other things. I spend a lot of time both thinking about and talking about Monster Train 2. And I'm one of the beta testers, so I have spent a lot of time paying attention to the game. But yeah, there's some cool new cards coming. Like, I think Echo Vault is pretty cool. And I believe they showed off the Stygian equipment, Frost Piercer. Oh, and today they showed off Glutton's Maw, Old Growth, and Resin Blades. Yeah. There's some cool things. I really like the art for Glutton's Maw, even though like the coloring is kind of weird for Umbra. And Old Growth is definitely appreciated for Awoken as a whole, because they definitely just need more max health increases to better utilize their healing. I was about to say Sal's a beta tester, he probably has already played with them. I cannot say either way. I like how all these names just sound like gibberish to me. Fair point. Fair point. Oh, man. Anyways, I think we're skipping these cards. Kind of want Lady of the House just as something with a block of HP that isn't 3 capacity. But we're gonna skip. I don't know, man. I'm struggling here. I maybe take capacity here. I think that is what I'm doing. Oh, are you actually not allowed to say if you play with the cards yet? That's interesting. I mean, I probably can. I just have not been talking about anything in regards to the beta test. Because, in general, I'll be very clear that I'm under an NDA and I'm not supposed to talk about anything, so I don't talk about anything. I've made it very clear that I'm part of the testing team for this game because I think it's important to know that, even though some of the testers have not revealed that. But, yeah, I'm happy to say that I am one of the testers. I just will never talk about what actually goes on during the test because I take that seriously. Plenty of time to talk about it once it comes out. Yeah, I've been looking forward to the coming update for sure. And I'm definitely excited for all the other things that they have coming in the future. Although I don't know anything about any of their like further out plans other than what's on the roadmap. My only issue with the update is it's coming at the same time or after Silksong. Yeah, that is the only problem. I heard that some games were scrambling to change their release date so that they don't line up with Silksong, which admittedly, good move, but also, like, I feel bad for those games, because, like, you know, a lot of these people have set that date months or even years in advance, and then last minute Silksong just like, hey, coming out in, like, 2 weeks, deal with it. 8 games have actually changed their release date, yeah. Like, good decision on their part. Feels bad, though, I'm sure. What is Silksong? It is the long-awaited sequel to Hollow Knight, a Metroidvania of great acclaim and renown. People have been waiting for Silksong for 8 years now, something like that. And, yeah, so Silksong comes out in September 4th, so like a week from now. Is it a DLC? No, full new game. We're also going here, by the way, since I actually should play the run while I talk. The Intrinsic is not bad. It was originally supposed to be DLC. Yes. It was supposed to just be like a character DLC where you play as Hornet, and then it greatly ballooned out of scope. I'm sort of happy with Fight Club. Boiler Room is also sort of interesting. I'm not going to take them, though, since I already took Zone of Silence. Even though I didn't make it deployable. And we got things to do. Imagine if it came out with just a DLC, the riots that would cause. Yeah, pretty much. Okay. So we're going to Intrinsic the Dripfall. Gonna, I guess, magic power this, even if I normally don't care. I'm willing to do that since I've got the gold for it. I don't really care about the remove consume. What I wanted was like permafrost and holdover. Those are what I wanted. Nonetheless, we'll take the spell chain for the Driftfall. It's just good in a lot of ways. And then we'll leave that there. And then take the useless heal. Admittedly, the spikes do fuck with me a bit here. Also, 100% wasn't paying attention to which waves this is, and I maybe can't afford to be on top floor. We'll find out. Actually, probably don't want to do the Shield Steward. Okay. The big thing is we just need to play our goddamn imps. Okay. Didn't really want to kill that, but on the other hand, I did want the imp to die, so. That goes the runs. Very mixed. I have been exhausted today, and so I was definitely playing not at my best, and I made a number of bad choices and mistakes. I've hit a second wind where I finally feel more awake and all that, but definitely been a bit rough. We've had some fun runs though, and you know, I'm sure people appreciate the jank to some degree or another. But yeah, a lot of bad choices and pretty clear mistakes. But that's okay. These things happen. I could do the adaptive mutation. 56 HP is pretty okay, but I do just want more. This is why I wanted permafrost. I do like some jank. Well, I'm glad you do, my friend. Okay. Yeah. Alright, let's play the Zone of Silence. Even if it means I'm not quite killing the imp this turn. Okay, come back with a lot more HP. He's still dying. Alternatively, yeah, it's a sort of better result. Not ideal, but fine. Gonna torch the imp last turn. Yep, you are correct. But it's whatever. Okay, there we go. Yeah, my deck has problems. I really would like to get Adaptive Mutation, thank God. Not quite as I drew it up, but fine. Yeah, I mean, that's good enough. And then we're also going to daze you for 3 turns. There we go. Don't mind me. Just managing a bit of a clusterfuck. My deck has actionable, like, useful good pieces, but it has not come together yet. I don't know that I want March of Shields. I will take another Impressive, I guess. I'm not going to take these. The Memories of the Melted maybe technically could be interesting, I guess. But no. Okay, we're going to go here. So I could smidge large something. Don't hate that. I'll take Higher Tap, because I refuse to take the garbage that is Capricious Reflection. Okay. Am I wild about this? No. Am I gonna do it? Yeah, 100%. Okay. I'm happy enough to just do Burnout Endless. And then you can be quick. It's fine. It's whatever. Let's see what the event is. Yeah, okay. Done. Enjoy. So now he can do extra attacks. And then let's get rid of the Spear Steward. My deck is at least sort of better. Still is not as clean as I would like it to be, but it is better. Okay, so you're there, you're there, you're there. And then we'll just skip on those guys. really wish that this stupid adaptive mutation had permafrost on it. Well, I would like to play out the Zone of Silence, but that is not important. What is important is this. Oh, I do have a Pyre Tap. I could do that if I wanted to. Thinking about it, what I like the most is watching the Impossible Jank slowly turn into a run-winning deck. Yeah, that's what I like. I mean, obviously I like, you know, just sometimes watching the train wreck unfolds. But, yes, that is part of why I enjoy roguelike deck builders so much, and Monster Train in particular, is I really love that aspect of, like, cobbling something together over time, and making a pile of shenanigans and, you know, long bets and pivots, you know, coalesce into a meaningful, exciting deck. So, yeah, I really enjoy it. Also totally forgot that it's Heaven Seal. Anyways, I was just debating if I want to play the Zone of Silence. I don't think it really matters. I think we're going to build up enough damage output to overcome the Titan Skin and just not worry about all the things that we got going on here. Okay, we're gonna do this just so we can get more gold, because we're a greedy son of a bitch. And then we're gonna try to find a way to get the Collector, which is made more difficult whenever the Harpists are on the floor. I don't really have a way to do that. Well, what a terrible person you are. Alright, nothing I can do about that, sadly. There's not even any point in torturing the dudes because they all just heal when they ascend, but alas, we tried. There we go. So now I am killing the backliner. And we're doing okay in general. Sure. What's the cooldown on this? 3? Yeah, I'll greed for that. Because again, basically every time I use his ability, I'm getting extra gold. And I like having extra gold. So, here we are. Oh no, it's Quoto! Yeah. I would love to make a Quoto emote. I mean, there's a lot of emotes I would like to make. I just cannot justify the expense right now. I mean, it doesn't matter. Well, sadly didn't get back to the adaptive mutation, which again is why it deserves to be on permafrost. Oof, the disrespect. I mean, you're not wrong, but still, yeah. I mean, hey, at least I don't mock Quoto quite as heavily as I mocked whatever that boss was called in Monster Train 1. Oh, man. I mean, it's close, but, like, Quoto can at least sort of kill you sometimes. That boss in Monster Train 1 could never, ever do anything. I still need to master Battering Ram. Living Armor, that's his name. I knew it was something like that, but honestly, despite my thousands of hours in Monster Train 1, got wiped from my brain. Honestly, I don't know the name of most of the bosses in Monster Train 1. The true final boss, yeah. Hardest boss in the game, don't you know? Anyways, pretty confident we're taking Tiresome Climb. It's good. Resin removal is also probably worth it. Yeah, I mean, I'd like to avoid it, but here we are. Especially because a lot of my deck is already taken up. Well, alright, how do I want to do this? I think we're just going for the Merchant of Magic. Yeah, we'll do that. Holdover is quite good. Could do the resin removal. Think we want the Tiresome Climb. Sure, I'll do that, I guess. We're definitely permafrosting this. And then minus costing, I don't fucking know. I guess the resin removal. Does not matter. And then let's just start getting rid of things. We can get rid of the Shield Stewards. I can get rid of torches too now. Oh, I also could have taken the Holy Stone. With Pyre Tap, it is actually more relevant because it means that even if you use Pyre Tap to play it, it is HP neutral. It doesn't actually cost you any HP because you pay for the spell with your Pyre health, but then you immediately regain that health with the Holy Stone. But yeah, anyways, here we go. We're continuing to make our deck stronger and stronger, piece by piece by piece. Okay. I guess let's just shoot him a little bit more, even though they're only 3 damage. Okay. That is the sort of thing we want in our life. This is a little more concerning. Well, we're gonna need the other Driftfall to deal with him, or the Tiresome Climb. I could also use the Impressive to shoot him. Actually, maybe want to do that, because if I don't hit the Tiresome Climb next turn, then he is a big problem. Yeah, it feels bad, but it also feels sort of necessary. Like, yeah, you'll buff him, who cares? That is not a great issue. Other things are big issues. Alright, I spend a little bit of Pyre HP on that. And then that gets better. And you know what? Fuck it. Goodbye, more Pyre HP. I just don't want to deal with that in my deck anymore. Okay, how exciting. Yep, that's fine. Let's just keep dazing you. Yes, I could play the Zone of Silence. No, I don't think I need it. Yes, we are gonna fuck with his feelings by moving him up and then moving him right back down. Okay. Yes. Bring onto me all that delicious extra gold. Yeah, you're dazed for 11 turns. I don't need to daze you more here. Don't need to do the adaptive mutation. Don't need to do any of it. We're all good. Everything's fine. We can't be stopped. And thus we triumph. Okay, got a fair bit of extra gold and feels good. I will take a Transcendent, I guess. I think I'm taking the draw. And by that I mean it's just rather important that I draw into things I care about. And if I need to, I'll just burn Pyre HP. We got tons of it. Don't fully know what I want to do. Maybe doing the dupe. Probably doing the dupe. And also, we could maybe hit, like, Dualism on Transcendent. Maybe Endless too, I don't know. That's a bit of a stretch, but I'm sort of okay with just burning a bunch of HP on it. Yeah, let's just go here, see what happens. Definitely taking Brawler 3, without question. Dualism it is. Sure. Sadly can't Smidge Stone the Paraffin Thug. Oh, you'd get Burnout too, because the Dualism. Yeah, I don't really care too much about that. Okay, that's good enough for now. We healed the foal, which is, you know, a measly paltry amount. And then what do I do? Great question. I think maybe just the Dripfall. Maybe the Imp. Maybe the other Imp. I actually might want to get rid of this Fledgling Imp now. Probably do. So then it doesn't clog up the reforms, which we do want to do on the Transcendent. Yeah, I'm okay with doing this. It's just that I don't need more things that cost me Ember, basically. So, here we are. And I think we want to set up mid-floor. Oh, God, I was going to say I'll play out the Zone of Silence here using Ancient Power Tap if I have to. I don't have it as deployable because I didn't plan ahead well. Okay. Am I happy with my choices in life? No. Not particularly, but that's fine. Okay. There's the Zone of Silence. I can also use the Tiresome Climb if need be. But we don't need to. Okay, just for safety's sake, we're gonna kill you. I don't know. Okay, so you go there, you go there, then you go there. suddenly this is looking a lot healthier. Okay. I didn't actually want the other imp to die. It doesn't really matter because you're not in the reform pool yet. Although I could have put you in the reform pool, I suppose. Let's just get rid of your spikes out of spite. Pure, unadulterated spike. And then not play you out, I guess. Alright, well, I think it's finally time to use the adaptive mutation to its full unbridled potential. And live our best life. Like, yes, his attack goes down a little bit. It's not a big deal. This, on the other hand, a little bit of a big deal. But we have a lot of things that we can do to make ourselves into a much better position. Namely, we do this, and now he has 450 attack, and now pops 2 of those guys instantly. Yeah, and so this happens. And then we debate where to use this. I think the answer is probably on one of you. Also, I did kind of forget that it's double stacked, so it is days 4. Okay. Whoops. I mean, do I care if Prince dies? Not a ton. Yeah, whatever. I don't know. I'm being greedy. Okay, this is fine. We'll just leave things like this. Wow. Yeah, I should have done the other way, because now I deprive myself of a slay trigger, or a little bit of extra gold. Doesn't matter a ton. Was a mistake. I still need to master Fatal Melting. There are a lot of Remnant cards I have not mastered. So, where are we going? Probably here so I can make the Zone of Silence deployable unless I get Dante's Footstool. Also, technically I can heal. Don't know what I'm going to do. Doesn't really matter. It's fine. Happily will take Ashes of the Fall. Consume Crown we might take just because we have gold, but it doesn't really matter. Yeah, there's not any equipment I care about getting here, so we're not going to worry about the Attuned Whetstone. I'll buy that just for the sake of it. Dante's Footstool. Happily will take. Okay, fair enough. I am going to get rid of this imp. I am going to dupe, I don't know, maybe this imp? Do I want to? Can I afford to? I mean, it is greed of the highest order, but fine. It is helpful, like, don't get me wrong. But it is also greed. Okay, so you go there, and then our squad assembles in the way that it does. Okay, so first off, you're down. And then we get rid of some more things, and then we just daze the shit out of you. Could daze them too. Not going to. Okay. Also, I've basically never used Wing Spirit the entire run because it turns out it's bad. It's god-awful. Unfortunately. There we go. And that's enough that we get the kills. I don't really need to play that every turn. I want the Transcendence to trigger on a different Transcendence effect. I know it's super greedy and kind of game-breaking. I just think it would be funny. Yeah, it's kind of a reason they don't do that. Because, yes, that would be a bit much. Okay. Alright, I'll take some damage. It's fine. I got health to burn. Oh, I did this in the wrong order, but that's fine. Alright, we'll just explode some dudes. Although we didn't quite kill you, sadly. But, you know, we're doing damage. We don't actually hit into Seraph this turn just because these guys take so many hits to kill. But, overall, not a big deal. Okay, so you go there. And then you go there. And we have a team fit for the ages. Not that this is the strongest team ever, but it's decently strong. Yes, look at all that delicious rage. Let it flow through you. The torches don't matter in the slightest. May as well daze more. I could sort of be playing the imps behind one of them and all that. It would only matter if I actually played out the adaptive mutation, which I have been avoiding so that I don't have to spend HP on it. 100% played in the wrong spot again, as I do. Oh well, not a big deal. Okay. Sadly, can't get him down to bottom floor. Oh well. He would have died if I could have gotten him down to bottom floor there, but that's okay. Alright, and I'll be more willing to burn my HP during the Titan fight, just for the sake of it. It doesn't really matter. We should be fine. Venture forth and fight the Titans! For I think only our second win tonight. Ooh, we had a lot of failures, but again, I was real exhausted at the start of the stream. Okay, so, turn one is always a little awkward because there's nothing for us to slay. Doesn't matter too much because we're mostly just going to daze the shit out of Savagery for a bunch of turns. Obviously, we can't daze Entropy, so we just got to suck it up like a chump. And unfortunately, we get Corruption as well, but, you know, we have Resonant Removal and also Adaptive Mutation, and also I mostly just don't care. We'll manage somehow. I will tell myself that me showing up is what turned it around. Also, you are welcome. Fair enough. there we go. Fortunately, I have not drawn a lot of things I want yet. Okay, this certainly helps. Okay. So now the Transcendent is in the Reform Pool. Unfortunately, I have all this garbage to draw, which is annoying, because it really cuts down what I'm able to draw. Also, I'm going to remember to use this for once. You are dead, / you're going to generate an extra Pyrolite for us, so that's kind of cute. Yeah, I will do that now, even though it means we're not hurting you, but that's fine. Eventually, we're going to be strong enough to, like, one-round you. I'm not too worried about things. I'm annoyed that I keep drawing the same garbage, because of the curses of entropy, but that's just kind of life. And I would really like to get the, I'd really like to get the Transcendent back. Oh, I forgot that gets blocked with a spell shield. Oh well, that's fine. Alright. Ugh. I just cannot get to my Reform cards, sadly. Yeah, what do you want? And yes, I am getting carried away by just doing that repeatedly. Yeah, I have basically already killed the minion, have not killed the others. Thank God I can finally get the Transcendent. Oh, wrong order. That goes out. I'm spending a lot of health on the Pyre tab. Oh, I did play you in the wrong spot. Whoops. Well, so be it. Not a big deal. It's a little bit of a big deal in that I can't replay the Transcendent right now, which is sad. But that's okay. Actually, let's do this slightly differently. Because the Paraffin Thug's ability is off cooldown, so let's just use it this turn. While Savagery is so kind enough to grace us with his presence. Yeah. God, it's so weird, though, how he functions, though. Because we end up hitting him, and then the remainder goes on to Entropy. Oh, no, never mind. That's why it's looking weird. It's because I have them down low enough. Never mind. That's what's throwing me off here. Yeah. I totally forgot that he's the last one I need to kill. But hey. Here we are. Well, I kind of want to play the others just for the sake of it. Too bad. I'm going to burn some HP just so I can do that because it makes me happy. Because I've been waiting to play that suppose I could have also dazed Dominion and taken slightly less damage. Does not matter. Oh, God. Oh, well, tonight I had a lot of failures. No surprise. I was playing very poorly. But at least had a couple wins. And thus, yet another crown is acquired. Welcome back, Cat, again. Yeah, anyways, that's where we're stopping for the night because it's late and I definitely need to sleep. So, I'm gonna do that. Yeah, I'll be back tomorrow. You know the drill by now. We'll play more Monster Train 2. We'll have a good time, hopefully. Have a nice night and a nice evening and all that jazz. So, see you tomorrow, everyone.